The Inflation Reduction Act, passed by Congress a month ago, will go down as one of the most important legislative feats in decades.
All right, that was Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer joining tone-deaf Democrats who are celebrating their Inflation Reduction Act at the White House yesterday, the very same day that new CPI numbers showed inflation is nowhere near cooling down. Joining us now is Republican who is challenging Schumer for his Senate seat in New York, Joe Pinion. Joe, always good to see you. Welcome to the show. All right, so yesterday we have Chuck Schumer out there with all these Democrats celebrating. Meanwhile, we have stocks plummeting and you have a split screen. It was almost comical. You feel bad for the American people. Is this something that New Yorkers are caring about?
Look, I think for us, we are focused on reality, to tell the untold story of pain all across America. 87,000 new IRS agents is not good for anybody, certainly not the middle class, certainly not the working poor. Trying to raise taxes in the middle of a recession is not good for anybody, unless you're trying to spike the ball on the 50-yard line and hope nobody notices you're not dancing in the end zone. So this is the year that we know we can be successful, that after 42 years down in Washington, D.C., Chuck Schumer's reign can come to an end, and all the people who rubber stamp the pain and despair for everyday Americans, they'll be going to the ash heap of history and politics right along with them.
Joe, I know your campaign released a new video. I want to show people part of that. Take a look.
For 42 years, Chuck Schumer has been down in D.C., gaining power in our name. And what do we have to show for ourselves? Inflation that is bankrupting our families, crime that is terrorizing our communities, schools that are failing our children. Those D.C. dinosaurs, the career politicians, they have wasted our time, shattered our dreams, and spent all of our money.
Joe, you know, you're definitely on message. You mentioned it when you were responding to Lindsay, you know, that Schumer's been in town for 42 years. You mentioned in the ad that he's been in town 42 years. With everything else that's going on, do you think that longevity is the message that people care about right now?
Look, I think you have to do two things very well. You have to point to the issues that we talk about in that video, the crime that is terrorizing our communities, the inflation that is making it harder for the people who bought a house to maintain their household, and the reality that, yes, this has all been done by these geriatric, Jurassic creatures down in D.C., the career politicians like Chuck Schumer, who have been down there doing nothing and saying nothing while our lives get more difficult. So I think that they are intertwined. In fact, the very reason why D.C. no longer works for we the people is because the people who went down there in the name of our rights have forgotten that they're supposed to be statesmen, not politicians.
Joe, I want to just ask you this. Right now, we have 55 days to go. We've been talking a lot on the show about how much resources the campaigns have. Do you have the resources that you need to take on a guy like Chuck Schumer in a state as big as New York?
Well, look, I think that there are many ways that you can run a campaign. One way is to have an endless bank account. The other way is to make smart strategic decisions over the course of 9, 10, and 11 months. That's what we've done in this campaign, to go out there and build our coalition of the willing, to go out there and have an uncommon coalition that is not based on left or right, but simply right versus wrong. Chuck Schumer has been too wrong for too long. We believe that message is resonating. And now as we come down the home stretch, we have in many ways consolidated our resources to make sure that we can take that message to as many people as humanly possible, knowing that that message is going to be amplified, and also knowing that we're not doing this alone, that we have a strong race for governor here with Lee Zeldin, that we have a strong race for attorney general with Michael Henry, that we can send not just Chuck Schumer to the retirement home of politics, but also fire Kathy Hochul and fire Letitia James as well. So we're trying to let people know they can go to joepinion.com if they can help us get more resources. But beyond that, the interest of the people is on the ballot. Freedom is on the ballot. And if you help us defeat Chuck Schumer, that's not just a big step for New York. It's a bold strike for New York, for America.
All right, Joe Pinion, good luck in these final days here. It's good to have you tonight.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. September is historically the worst performing month for the stock market, so you better be ready for it. The Fed continues to aggressively raise rates, and JP Morgan is forecasting another mega rate hike September the 21st. Is that why Jamie Dimon said an economic hurricane is coming our way? Well, gold and silver have remained remarkably stable despite the Fed aggressively raising rates today. The Patriot Gold Group has a special incentive for Newsmax viewers. Huge! Now precious metals investors can enjoy the no-fee for life gold and silver IRA on qualifying rollovers, or enjoy free, discreet, insured shipping on all direct gold and silver purchases. Here's the number, 800-356-4470. Call 800-356-4470 today.